Welcome to Hank's Place in 2023. Jude wrote a letter to us. It's found just before the book of Revelation. After the opening greeting, Jude writes concerning our common salvation and asks us to contend earnestly for the faith that was handed down to us. And why? Well, he explains that certain persons, ungodly persons, have crept in unnoticed. And you know what they're doing in the church? They're turning the grace of our God into licentiousness. Licentiousness, what's that mean? It's the unprincipled, unrestrained promiscuity in sexual relations. Oh, yikes. Oh, and on top of that, they're denying our Master and Lord Jesus Christ. Now, Jude did not mean for us to get into dogmatic fights with every Christian who doesn't believe just like we do, but rather to stand against the false teachers and to resist their ungodly message. These smooth-talking deceivers, they were drawing people away from Jesus. They were sowing discord and trying to make a name for themselves at the same time. Jude refers to them as ungodly, and an ungodly person is opposed to the things of God. They deny the Lord and they reject the grace that might otherwise save them. They may know the truth, but amazingly, they choose to reject it. It's incomprehensible, but they choose to remain under the condemnation of sin, insisting on their way. They are despising Jesus' blood shed at Calvary. Ephesians 2:8-9 states we are saved by grace. Grace captures the goodwill, the loving kindness, the favor of God, and it's freely given to us. It enables us to partake of His divine life. Grace is God's divine help that supernaturally empowers us to live a whole and healthy life free from sin. But these evil preachers were trying to turn this grace of our God into licentiousness, preaching grace as the license to sin. If you preach the gospel of grace, some will ask, if God's grace is greater than my sin, why can't I just go on sinning? That's what Paul said in Romans 3:18, and that was the issue here. The truth is that the grace of God actually teaches us to say no to ungodliness. Licentiousness, on the other hand, teaches us to say yes. Now listen to this. Jesus died to set us free, but we can lose our freedom in two ways, either through legalism or through licentiousness. The former, legalism, puts price tags on the free grace of God. It stresses obedience to laws and regulations and things like that in order to receive good from the hand of God. Licentiousness removes the price tags from sin. Do whatever you want, for we are under grace and not law, is its call. It's true we're under grace and not the law, but this partial truth deception that it preaches leads only to captivity, condemnation, and death. Our sinning will never affect God's love for us, but it will surely affect us. Sin is destructive. It will hurt us and those we love. And it's not God's will for us to destroy ourselves through sinful living. So He gives us His grace so that we can be empowered to say no to temptation and live whole and godly lives. That's Timothy 2:11-12. Today, don't listen to the voice of licentiousness, but my friend, continue in the grace of God. You'll come alive.